Yes. So, band break we are seeing as from last class, and I told you the depending upon the configuration, right? We can actually find out the braking force which is required to create the braking effect, depending upon the configuration diagram, and depending upon the rotation of the drum, whether it is clockwise or counterclockwise direction. The force formula, the equation will you can choose according to the configuration, right? So you see the second problem now. I think that day did we see second problem? Fine. So problem goes like this. A simple band brake operates on drum 600 diameter that is running at 200 rpm while absorbing 15 kilowatt of power. The coefficient of friction is 0.25. The band brake has a contact of 270 degree, and one end is fastened to a fixed pin, other end to the brake arm 125 mm from the fixed pin. The straight brake arm is 750 mm long and is placed perpendicular to the diameter that bisects the angle of contact. Determine the maximum effort required to stop the rotation of the drum. Width of 2.5 mm thick steel band if the maximum tensile stress is not to exceed 56 megapascal. Design the levers. Sometimes the diagram may not be given if they are giving this much of description. So I'll explain you how to draw the diagram. So a brake drum, you have to draw first a brake drum, and what they have told is the straight brake arm, that is 750 mm, is placed perpendicular to the diameter that bisects the angle of contact. So draw a vertical line which bisects the diameter, right? And from there, it is passing through the fulcrum O. Sorry, it is passing through a hinge. Yes, fulcrum O, and from that 750 mm, the applied force is done. So that is distance is 750 mm they gave. And regarding that T1 and T2, right? They have told that 270 mm, 270 degree is the arc of contact. So obviously 270 degree you can choose like this, right? With respect to the center at which the brake drum is rotating, and the other end of the brake arm is 125 mm from the fixed pin. So this is a thing. The other end of the brake arm is T2, so that is from the fulcrum O till the T2 is going to be 125 mm. That is what they have given here. Right, now we'll see. So the given data, diameter is equal to 600 mm, so radius equal to 300 millimeter. The given power is equal to 15 kilowatt, so N equal to 15 kilowatt. Small n is equal to 200 rpm, same thing, 200 rpm. Mu is equal to 0.25 coefficient of friction. Then theta, angle of contact, arc of contact is equal to 270 degree. H is equal to 2.5 mm, that is the thickness of the steel band. And the material of the steel band, the stress is given by, allowable stress is given by 56 megapascal. Fine. So we have to find three things. First one we have to find is maximum effort, that is F. For F, I told you always you have to start with the torque. So we'll find out what is the torque using this equation 19.3 C. MT is equal to 9550 into 1000 into N by N. So N is equal to 15, small n is equal to 200. So I got torque is equal to 716.25 into 10 power 3 Newton millimeter. Now again I told you the other formula for torque is Ft is equal to, sorry, Mt is equal to tangential force into radius. So it's equal to F theta into R. So we'll calculate what is the value of F theta from this torque value which we calculated earlier. So I got the tangential force as 2387.5 Newton. So after finding out F theta, we have to find out applied force for clockwise as well as counterclockwise rotation. Now for clockwise rotation, the effort is given by the formula. See this is a table. So this last figure is corresponding to the brake configuration which we are seeing now. Because here the B parameter distance B is inside A actually, not explicitly outside A, right? So this is a configuration. So for this configuration, for clockwise direction, the effort F is given by F theta B by A into 1 by E per mu theta minus 1, given by equation 19.3. 151. So choose the equation here. Right, the same equation I chose here, and we need the e power mu theta value. So I'm calculating it for here. E power mu theta equal to e power 0.3 into theta convert to radian. So multiply by pi by 180. I got 3.2482. Sorry, yeah, here it is. E power mu theta, I'm directly substituting here 270 degrees angle of contact. So e power 0.25 into 270 into pi by 180 minus 1. Right. So substitute f theta value b by a is 125 by 750. So I got 177 Newton as a operating force for clockwise rotation. Now for counterclockwise rotation, again equation 152, 19.152 will give the counterclockwise rotation the applied force required. Right. So F is equal to 2387 F theta into B by A e per mu theta by e per mu theta minus 1. So substitute those values, I got 574.9 Newton. So always choose the maximum effort, that is equal to F max is equal to 574.9 Newton. Now for finding the width of the steel band, we have we have direct formula, equation 19.161, which is given by W is equal to T1 by H into sigma d. Now the problem is we know H, we know sigma d, but we don't know what is T1. So we have to find out the value of T1. So again we can use the formula, we can actually start from the torque. Mt is equal to T1 minus T2 into R, difference between tensions into radius. So T1 minus T2 into 300 is equal to the torque. So we'll get an equation A, T1 minus T2 equal to 2387.25. Again T1 by T2 equal to e power mu theta, so 3.2482, or T1 equal to 3.2482 into T2. Now A and B we got, right. So solve A and B, we'll get T1 is equal to 3449.46 Newton and T2 is equal to 1061.96 Newton. So once finding T1 and T2, you take the equation 19.161. W is equal to T1 divided by H into sigma d. So T1 is 3449.46. H is equal to 2.5, sigma d 56. Find out the width, 24.69 mm is the width we got. Now design of lever. So here no material is given, so I'll always assume C40 steel and FOS 3. So from table I8 volume 1 data book for C40 steel, yield stress is given as 328.6 megapascal. So design stress sigma is equal to sigma y by FOS, so which is equal to 109.53 megapascal. Now considering lever as cantilever beam and ignoring the effect of T1, T2, the bending moment, maximum bending moment is equal to maximum force into A, distance A, that is from the diagram F into A with respect to O. F into A is the maximum bending moment in case of a cantilever beam with load at the free end, right. So maximum bending moment we calculated 574.9 into 750, which is equal to 431.175 into 10 power 3 Newton millimeter, right. Now again we will go to the bending equation. Mb by I is equal to sigma b by c. Since B is unknown or H is also unknown and they didn't give any relation between B and H, we'll assume that depth is equal to 3 times the width of the lever, right. So H1 equal to 3B1 you assume. So substitute it in I value and C value, we will get 4331.75 divided by 27 by 12 B1 for 4 is equal to 109.53 divided by 1.5 B1. Solve, we will get B1 is equal to 13.79, approximate as 14 millimeter, and H1 is equal to 42 mm. Any doubt in this?
No, sir.
Shall I move on to the next problem?
Sir.
Yeah. So next problem, the figure is given, I think, right, because it's not known in the question. Maybe. Let's see. The band brake of a crane is actuated by a lever, the free end of which is pulled upward in order to apply the brake. So here the force we are applying upwards, right? So that this band get tightened, which will consequence of which the brake is applied on the drum. The length of the lever is 440 mm. So the fulcrum to free end is 440 mm given, and the tight end of the band is attached to the fulcrum of the lever, and the slack end to a pin 50 mm away from the fulcrum. So okay, so tight end is T1, it is attached to the fulcrum, and T2 is attached to a pin which is 50 mm from the fulcrum. They didn't give away from the 50 mm from the fulcrum, so instead of taking it outside, I'm taking it inside only, right? That is 390 mm from the free end of the lever. Yeah, they have specified it. So out of 440 from 390 mm from the F, the pin is fixed so that there T1, T2 is attached. So they have given clearly in the question. Why I am explaining this? Because you sometimes you may not get this diagram directly. They will give only question, so you have to draw the diagram. Now, diameter of the brake drum is 1000 mm. Barrel diameter is 650 mm. Find the necessary pull at the end of the brake lever in order to hold a load of 20,000 Newton. Mu is equal to 0.35, angle of lap. This is the angle of lap equal to 300 degree. Let us see the given data. Diameter is equal to 1000 mm. So radius is 500. Diameter of the barrel is 650. So keep it as it is. Load on the barrel is 20,000 Newton. So now here the problem is they have not given any power. They have not given any RPM also. So how to find the torque? So to solve the problem, to start with the problem, the first parameter which is to find out is the torque value. So here torque can be that is found out using this load into radius. So radius is going to be the barrel radius because the load is attached to the barrel. So let us see, torque on the barrel shaft is equal to 20,000 into radius 650 mm divided by 2. So 65 into 10 power 5 is the torque applied or torque generated due to the load of 20,000 Newton. Now, as usual, again, MT is equal to T1 minus T2 into R. We'll get the equation T1 minus T2 is equal to some value. Again, T1 by T2 is equal to E per mu theta. Mu is given, theta is also given. So, from this equation A and B, T1, T2 can be found out. Now, taking moment about O, right? F into 4 F into 440 because it is actually rotating in counterclockwise direction. So F into 440 is equal to T2 into B. Yes or no? F into 440 is equal to T2 into B, that is 50. That's what I have written here. So we get F is equal to 281.4 Newton. That's all. It's an 8-mark question. Any doubt in this? We'll pass on to next. Yes. So here the figure is not given in question, so you have to draw a simple band brake has a drum diameter 500 mm. The vertical passing through the center of the drum also passes through the fulcrum, which is 350 mm below the center of the fulcrum. The length of the brake lever is 800 mm. So side by side we'll show the diagram. So you have the brake drum like this, circle, and fulcrum is at the center. No, it's with respect to center, right? We will see what they have told. A vertical passing through the center of the drum is located at a distance of 350 mm from the center of the drum. So from 350 mm, where the fulcrum O is located over here, right? That's what they told. 350 mm below the center of the drum. Yes, this is the center of the drum. 350 mm below, we have the line of action of the hinge joint O. That's fulcrum O. The length of the brake lever is 800 mm. One end of the band is attached to the brake lever at a distance of 250 mm from the fulcrum end. So from point O, 250 mm, one tension band is attached to the lever. Other end is attached to the fulcrum. So obviously the next end is going to attach to the fulcrum. Right. Selecting the brake lever at a distance of 50. Okay, that's what we do. Power is absorbed is 30 kilowatt. Rated speed is 1000 RPM. Selecting suitable materials. Assume appropriate value of factor of safety. Determine dimensions of the brake lever, dimensions of the band. Yes. So figure is not given in question. So this I told you to draw like this. Why? Because the theta 225.6 is not given in question. We have to find out the theta. Right. Let us see how to find out. So before finding out theta, first we can find out the braking torque from this equation 19.3 C. Right. And these are the given data. Brake lever H is H1 equal to 2B1 they have told. And width is 10 times the depth. That is W is equal to 10 into H. So braking torque is equal to 9550 into 1000 into N by N. Right. Substitute the formula, the parameters. We'll get MT is equal to 286.5 into 10 power 3 Newton millimeter. And as I told earlier, MT is equal to F theta into R. So we can find out F theta value 1146 Newton. Now to find out theta, because for tension we need T1 by T2 equal to E per mu theta. So theta value is needed here. So let us say draw a line from the center of the drum till the circumference. Let us say the tension T1 and the line bisecting the right, it should be at 90 degree, right? So tangential. So T1 is tangential to the drum, and from the point of contact you draw a line to the center of the drum. So take this triangle O1 OA O1 a triangle if you take, right? This 350 is this 350 radius of the drum. This is, so we need to find what is OA. So OA is equal to apply Pythagoras theorem. The root of 350 square minus 250 square, we will get the value of OA. So 245 mm for 95 millimeter. Then now now sine phi divided by OA is equal to sine phi divided by OA is equal to sine 90 divided by OO1, right? So this is what I am telling, sine phi divided by OA, that is apply sine rule, is equal to sine 90 divided by 350, right? So find out the value of phi. Now once we find out phi, then 270 minus 5 is the angle theta, which is the contact angle. So theta is equal to 225.585 degree. Now after finding theta, again go for clockwise rotation, right? Find out your operating force F from equation 19.151. So substituted, I got it as 158.6 Newton. Again, here the coefficient of friction value is not given in question, so I am assuming it as 0.3. Again, for counterclockwise direction, take equation 19.152. Use this equation, find out the F. Then I told you always choose the maximum actuating force. So actuating force is equal to 516.72 Newton. Now, to find dimensions of lever, we have the equation MP is equal to F max into A. So MP by I equal to sigma by C. Right. So assume if they are given H1 equal to 2B1. So substitute it instead of H1, 2B1. So I got I is equal to 2B1 power 4 by 3. And C is equal to H1 by 2 is equal to B1. Now lever material is not given in question. So assume C40 with FOS 3. Right. So as usual, sigma y equal to 328.6 and sigma design stress is equal to 109.53 megapascal. Now use this bending equation, right? MP by I is equal to sigma B by B H1 sigma B by C, right? So I got B1 and H1 values at like this 18 mm and 36 mm. Next, to find out dimensions of rectangular band, right? They are given as thickness is not given. So according to equation 19.160, assume thickness is equal to 0.005 into diameter of the drum. So I got thickness equal to 2.5 mm. Therefore, width is equal to 10 times h is given in question. So W is equal to 25 millimeter. Any doubt? So shall we pass on to next numerical, or only two is enough today? Saka.